we took a handful of people along through a pilot program over the past 10 weeks or so, and the results have been staggering. I mean, these are people that have come in not knowing anything, and they've come out the end of it in a space of like 10 weeks or less, earning thousands and thousands of dollars. And if you're looking at this at the video version of this, you'll see that I'm showing some images of $5,979 in 30 days, $2,231 in just a week, $457 in 24 hours. And this is the kind of thing that our pilot program members have been able to achieve.
You're listening to The Growth Booth, the show focused on achieving lifestyle freedom through online businesses. Whether you're looking for step-by-step strategies to start building an online business, simple game plans to grow your business, or proven lifestyle freedom frameworks, you are in the right place. Stay tuned and be sure to join the thousands of listeners already in growth mode.
Aidan Booth here, welcome to episode number 54 of The Growth Booth. Now today I'm doing something a little bit different. We've had a ton of emails come in over the past week asking us questions about the new program that I've just come out with, which is called 123 Profit. And people have got unanswered questions. Basically, people wanted me to go through step by step, explain what it's all about, explain the model that we're using here, and explain the different components that we're going to be delivering to people to help them be able to progress forward with it. So that's what I'm going to be covering in this episode here today. And a couple of really important points. Firstly, depending on when you're watching this, there could only be a matter of hours left. This podcast episode is being released on a Tuesday, and the 123 Profit program will permanently close on Thursday. So again, depending on when you're listening to this, we may be getting to the end of the window that you can actually jump in. So if you do want to do this or find out more information about it, the best thing that you can do is head over to 123profit.com, and there you'll be able to find out how you can learn more about what the business model is, and potentially even jump on a live webinar with me to get more questions answered. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I want to point out is you'll probably be able to get a lot more value from this episode by watching the video version of it. And you can do this by going to YouTube and searching for The Growth Booth, episode number 54, or as always, by going to thegrowthbooth.com and then navigating to the podcast section and episode 54, and you'll find a video version embedded on that page, and you'll be able to watch that. So if you're watching the video version, I'm going to be sharing some slides, sharing some different images with you, and hopefully this will help fill in some of the gaps, but I'm also going to be verbally explaining what this is all about as well. So the audio version should hopefully fill in a few gaps. Now, first and foremost, this is a system that we've been using, a business model that we've been using in our business since 2006. In fact, it was the first way that I really made huge commissions online. Before that, I'd been sort of floundering around for about 18 months. And when I started using the model that we're talking about here, the 123 Profit model, I finally started seeing regular commissions coming in every single day. Now, a lot of time has passed since 2006, obviously, and in that time, the model has come on in leaps and bounds. It's the same fundamental model that we were using back in 2006, but it is in a league of its own now, and it's earned us millions and millions of dollars. Even in the past year or so, I think our best day has been over $10,000. We've done over $183,000 in a single month. And if you're watching the video version of this, you're going to be able to see some of the insane results that we've been able to achieve. And it's an incredibly effective business model, and because of that, it can result in huge amounts of income. And one of the reasons that it works so well is because of the way that we make conversions. And with most online business models that I've been involved in before, when you make a conversion, and by that I mean actually making money, the conversion has typically come from selling something. It's come from a transaction that takes place. So a simple example of this is an e-commerce store. Someone comes to an e-commerce store and you make money on your e-commerce store if someone actually buys something. Or another example is a traditional affiliate marketing website. You might be selling something, making a commission. Maybe you're selling a book about how to train dogs or something like that. Someone comes to your website, and if you manage to sell that book, if the customer that comes to your website eventually goes on and buys the book, then you make a commission. But this model is different in that you don't need a transaction to take place in order to make money. In fact, you make money when you are able to get your visitor to submit information, which might be an email address, it might be a zip code, it might be a name. Different offers require different amounts of information, but ultimately you get paid for the information. And because of that, because you don't need someone to take out their credit card, the conversion rates are so much higher. In fact, on our website, you can see conversion rates of 30, 40, 50, even up to 60%. And again, by conversion, I'm talking about an action whereby someone provides information and you get paid for that information. And the conversion rates that I'm talking about are not based on thousands of visitors. They are based on millions of visitors. So in terms of something being battle tested, this is about as battle tested as it gets because of the scale of traffic that we've done. So all of this to say, this model compared to others has conversion rates of about 10x, sometimes even 20x, 10 to 20 times more, 10 to 20 times higher than what we've seen in models in the past. And the big secret and the thing that allows us to be able to do this is because, as I've just mentioned, we don't actually need to sell anything in order to make a commission. And building on top of that, all of the complications have been completely removed anyway. So, you don't have to deal with customer service. You're not dealing with inventory. There's no product creation. There's no content creation. There's no dealing with suppliers. There's no traffic issues either. It's quite simple in that regard. I'll talk about that in a moment. And because you're not actually selling anything, there's never any refunds or returns. It really is, in my mind, the holy grail of online business. And I remember many years ago I was inspired by a book called The 4-Hour Workweek, and this to me is the closest thing that we've ever got to that. And affiliate marketing has always been the business model that has had the most potential in my mind to be a hands-off business, but it's always been a challenge in terms of content creation or conversion rates, or actually just making it all work. But that's been completely, those things have been completely solved in what we're doing here. And we've had not just amazing results ourselves, but we took a handful of people along through a pilot program over the past 10 weeks or so, and the results have been staggering. I mean, these are people that have come in not knowing anything, and they've come out the end of it in a space of like 10 weeks or less, earning thousands and thousands of dollars. And if you're looking at this at the video version of this, you'll see that I'm showing some images of $5,979 in 30 days, $2,231 in just a week, $457 in 24 hours. And this is the kind of thing that our pilot program members have been able to achieve. So this is why I think we are just so excited about this. The other thing that makes it really exciting is that it is so simple. So one of the things that everyone sort of mentions is, oh wow, that the website was really simple, it happened really quickly. And that's the nature of this business model. It all boils down to three simple steps, and that is essentially to choose an offer that you can make commissions from, to set up a simple web page, and I should stress that it's a web page, not a whole website. I mean, we're talking about a very, very simple page that might have 20 to 30 words on it, and that's it. And then to be able to optimize your traffic to be able to make money, and that's really it. Now, this has come on in leaps and bounds since 2006 because of the way that traffic has changed, the way that we set up our websites have changed, the way that the offers that we're able to make money from have changed. In fact, the offers that we can make money from today can make us hundreds of dollars for a single lead. The lead is the information or the subscriber that is ultimately getting handed over to the company that is going to pay us. And I should also mention here that a lot of the biggest companies in the world participate in this kind of marketing and pay people like me, potentially people like you, to be able to do this for them. So, the likes of Microsoft, Apple, Uber, Airbnb, Geico Insurance, and many others. And you can see some other examples if you're watching the video here as well of different offers that pay out potentially hundreds of dollars per lead. And when you combine this with the incredible conversion rates, it really is something special. Now, the other thing that I've spoken a little bit about over the past week is something called the 100-click test. And I want to mention this here again today because I think it does a great job of comparing and contrasting the financial impact of different online business models. So with an e-commerce store, typically you might get 100 visitors coming into the store, and if the traffic is targeted, you might get 1, 2, 3 of them converting into a customer and actually buying something. So let's call it 3 people out of 100 buy. That's a 3% conversion rate. And let's say that you're making $20 profit per conversion, per sale. That would mean that you would make 3 sales for every 100 people that come in, and you would make $60. With an information product or with traditional affiliate marketing, you'll see something similar. You might see a 3% conversion rate and make $15, $20, something like that per sale. That'll be your commission. And from 100 clicks, that'll put you in the ballpark of $45 coming in, maybe a little bit more. With what we're talking about here, though, with the same kind of going through the 3 simple steps, assuming a 20% conversion rate and assuming that you can make $50 per lead, from 100 clicks, you're looking at making $1,000. So if we just break this down a little bit, you get 100 people coming to your website, 20 of them take the action that you need to take, which is providing information. And if you make just $50 from each one of those, that would be $1,000 coming in. And you don't have any costs associated with this other than what you've potentially paid for traffic if you're using a paid traffic method, which is what we do recommend you start using here. So the difference is huge, and it gets really powerful when you scale this up. So if we do the exact same exercise but base it on 1,000 clicks, what we're looking at here is an e-commerce store on 1,000 visitors making, call it $600. An information product or traditional affiliate marketing on 1,000 clicks might make $450. But the 1, 2, 3 profit method based on the same number of clicks might make $10,000. So based on 1,000 clicks, we're talking about a difference of $9,500. It's just in a completely different stratosphere. It's in a different ballpark. And this is one of the reasons why we are so excited about this, and why we really believe that this is the holy grail of online business. In fact, I'm sharing a screenshot now from one of our accounts, and it shows over $2.3 million coming in. I mean, you just don't see this. At least I haven't seen this in other types of online businesses. So that's a bit of an overview. I now want to quickly run through the 3 steps that we use, and then I want to run through some of the sort of high-level details of what we've packaged up here to help be able to provide more value to you with this. So the 3 steps in a nutshell are identifying a winning offer to begin with, and what we mean here is going to a different marketplace, and there are different marketplaces out there. One of them that we use a lot is called Max Bounty. And you can go into places like Max Bounty and you can sort between thousands of different offers and choose one that meets the criteria that we use, which is typically based on the conversion rate and the amount of commissions that you can get. So we're taking a data-driven approach to doing this, not thinking about, I'm interested in such and such a niche. No, we're taking a data-driven approach, and we're going to identify an offer, and there are literally thousands to choose from. And some of them pay out huge amounts, $100 plus sometimes for some of these offers. So you're going to choose one offer, and maybe you'll choose a few to test sort of simultaneously. And then you set up a simple web page, and the web page is more like a title. You might have a headline, a subtitle, and then a form where you are able to capture the email address of the person that's coming to your website. And that's all you really need to do. And then once they've filled out that form, you can send them on to wherever you need to send them and make a commission. And the websites are simple by design. They don't have lots of different text on them. They don't have content on them. They're not content based. There's only really one thing for people to do when they come, and that is to enter their information. And they can either do that or they can leave. And this is really one of the secrets here. It's simple by design because that results in higher conversion rates. And then the third and final thing you need to do is start driving a trickle of traffic into the system. And because we're talking about conversion rates of 30, 40, 50, even higher percent of your visitors coming to your site, you don't need hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of visitors. I mean, if you got 10 visitors a day, you might be able to have 5 of them convert into a subscriber and provide you with information. And we use a very low cost strategy to be able to start driving traffic, and this is one that we typically say that people can get started by sort of dipping their toes in the water and spending $5 to $25 in a day, and it works incredibly well. And I think this is why anyone can sort of start with this. We start out by using the likes of Microsoft ads, Google ads. There are other paid traffic platforms that we use as well. And there's a way that you can drive traffic with free sources, and this is something that we dive into inside 123 Profit. But we certainly recommend that people get started with simple paid ads. And to give you an example of how simple these are, we're talking about creating an ad that's got sort of 12 to 15 words on it. There's really not much you can do here, and that's fantastic because it means that things are simplified. Once again, simplicity really is a common theme that you're going to see keep popping up here. In terms of the way that we actually drive the traffic, one of the big differences with this model is that the whole process from start to finish is in alignment. So let me give an example of contrasting this with how traffic is driven a lot of the time from places like YouTube and Facebook. There's a lot of models out there that say you drive traffic from YouTube and Facebook, but this is typically interrupt driven marketing. And it's like you're browsing around on Facebook or Instagram, you see an ad and it jumps out at you and it captures your attention, but you weren't specifically looking for that thing. Whereas what we're doing with this is we are running some traffic, running an ad for something very specific. It might be home insurance in Philadelphia. So someone searches for home insurance in Philadelphia, they see our ad, and they're searching for it, and we're giving them what they ask for, so they click on it. And what happens here is we do get a good sort of congruent flow, if you like, of people coming to our website who actually want to see what we've got to offer them. And this is why also we're able to have these high conversion rates. And the other side benefit of this is sometimes we can have an ad, the same ad running, for over a year without ever needing to touch it. It is very much an evergreen traffic system versus interruption driven, which a lot of traffic is on the web these days. And I think interrupt driven is not a value added form of traffic. It's kind of like a billboard getting slammed in front of your face. Whereas what we're doing here is we're saying, okay, you want to learn about home insurance in Philadelphia? Here's a place that you can learn about that. So the traffic, the flow is very natural, and we're providing value to people. And all of these things layer on top of each other to really turn this into what I think is an absolutely unbeatable business model. And once you have got the basics down, you can then start to accelerate what you're doing with more profits on the back end. And we use email marketing to do this. Not only are you able to generate commissions from people that come to your website, but you're also able to build up a subscriber base. And this is actually huge. In fact, the profit margins are enormous on the email traffic because there's really no cost associated with generating those profits. So we like to scale out the profits, accelerate them, provide more value, and build up an audience. And that's really the system in a nutshell. You don't need dozens of different pages. I mean, you could just be working in one niche, and that could be enough to earn you thousands of dollars per day potentially. Now, I do want to take some of the most common questions that we've had coming in. I've got a list of them here, but before I do that, I want to talk you through and sort of unpack some of the other key components of what we're talking about here. And one of the things that allows us to streamline our operation is the technology that we've got working for us behind the scenes. So over the past couple of years, my company has spent over $500,000 developing what we refer to as our profit suite. And this is essentially a toolkit that allows us to streamline our operations and maximize the income. And this is something that we've built up, like I say, over the past couple of years. And it's got three core elements to it. And the first of them is access to the highest paying and best sort of offers out there in this space that will allow us to make commissions without actually selling anything. And this is where you can tap into offers that could pay you $100, even $200 per lead kind of a thing. So we've built out a master list that we tap into ourselves, but this is also something that we're making available to our members of 123 Profit, and it's kind of baked in, if you like, as one of the elements of our profit suite. Now, the second element is what we call Phantom, and Phantom is the engine that helps set up and run the business quietly behind the scenes. And this is how you can build high converting pages. It's how you can build the forms, and it's how you can monitor and track every single metric. And you can see all of this information coming into Profit Phantom in one place. It's all at your fingertips. So that's essentially the engine that sort of the business is built upon. And then the final element is the mail machine. And this is a critical piece of the puzzle. And this is something that we built from the ground up to allow us to send out emails in a manner that will generate us a lot more commissions. And you really can't run this kind of a business without something like Phantom and without something like the mail machine. You're going to need tools like this. And I can give you a peek inside, if you're watching the video version of this, inside Phantom. When you go in, you see a dashboard that serves you up your key metrics. It allows you to quickly set up new pages, set up new websites if you want to, and see all the important things and control all the important things at a glance. And it also gives you page building functionality, which is something the way that we do it is I think different to how other companies have approached this in the past, because our approach is very much based around what works in this particular business model. We're not saying go and build a sales page for a software company. No, we're always talking about building pages specific to this kind of marketing, and that's the most streamlined way to be able to do that. So that's a little bit about Phantom. And then inside the mail machine, similarly, you've got a dashboard which provides you with just a ton of high-level information, which will allow you to see at a glance the performance of how your operation is functioning. And it also enables you to build out attractive emails, build out automated sequences, and get everything integrated and working in a seamless fashion with your whole business. And remember, the whole purpose of the mail machine component is to make you more commissions. So we have never lost sight of that. And the reason that we put this together, the Profit Suite, was to streamline a lot of our own operations, and a byproduct of that is it can streamline a lot of yours as well. And this is, again, an opportunity that I've never seen come along before in the 17 years that I've been doing this. Now, when I got started with this model in 2006, it was pretty crude. It was pretty raw. There were none of these streamlined sort of components, and even the way that we were driving traffic was different way back then. But jump forward to 2023, and because of all of the advances and because of our own learnings over the past 15 plus years, we have been able to package up something that I think is really special. And we are talking about, of course, 123 Profit. And the objective here is to give you freedom. It's to enable you to live life on your terms and to really link up that, that instant gratification of making money quickly with a longer term plan that's going to allow you to build wealth. And in terms of that instant gratification, we've got a pretty ambitious battle cry, which is to reach $500 per day in profit in your first 30 days. And the reality is that even if you were to get to 1/5 of this and be at $100 per day in profit in your first 30 days, I think most people would be really, really happy with that. I mean, that would put you in a place and would, by virtue of doing that, you would then have the skills to go on and grow. So again, we like to set a high bar, and we're going to be guiding you on how to get to this kind of a profit level. But even if you don't get all the way there, I think you're still going to be in a really, really good position. And also, when you turn the machine on, when you turn the traffic on, we've seen over and over again that many people have been able to generate their first commissions the very same day. So I think that's also an example of what's at stake here. Is very, very fast commissions coming in from a very simple system that really doesn't have all that many moving parts. Now, I'm going to walk you through the 8 different components of the training, and then I will wrap this video up, and hopefully it'll give you enough information to be able to at least sort of decide whether or not you think this is something that you might want to dive into and potentially get more information about. So the first component is essentially the members area, and we call this the mission control because this is where you go in, this is where you can get all the training. There are over 100 step-by-step videos that you're going to be able to get access to, and they're in a members area that you can access at any time. A lot of the videos are over-the-shoulder videos. They're not all done by me. I've got a team of amazing coaches, and you're going to get to know these people as we work through the training. So mission control is the first component, and this is really your recipe. This is your blueprint. This is your over-the-shoulder. Watch what I'm doing and do the same thing and get similar results. That's the objective of mission control. After that, the second component is the live coaching sessions, and this is where every single week we're going to get together 4 times. And in those 4 sessions, we're going to do different things. So the first session is what we call the core training webinar, and the other 3 sessions are live Zoom sessions and essentially office hours where you can see what we're doing at any given time, get questions answered, follow along, track your own milestones, give us feedback, and so on and so forth. We also do fun things like hot seats where we can, analyze what you've been working on, critique what you've been doing, give you feedback, and so much more. So we really want to make sure that there are multiple touch points every single week, and you're able to get live training with us every single week. And that's why we've set this up in such a way where we've got 4 sessions every single week. These are all recorded, by the way, and put in our members area, and you can access them anytime you need to. And again, these are not all just me running these. I've got Sean, for example, who is our head coach, and he's got a ton of experience in this business model, and you're going to love learning from Sean. Now, the next component that we've got is a case study, and this is the 50K case study. It's how we went from 0 to doing over $50,000 in 50 days with one simple campaign. And you get access to this the moment you get inside 123 Profits in the members area. They're waiting for you, and it guides you through step by step exactly how we did this, and it shares everything from the niche we used, from the way we got the traffic, to the way the money started coming on, and it is absolute gold dust. I mean, this is the kind of thing that I was screaming out for when I was getting started in my own business way back in 2005, and we've packaged it up here for you. And again, it's unlike anything that we've ever put out there before, and every single thing is revealed in our journey in a brand new niche that we didn't know anything about, going from 0 to over $50,000 in the first 50 days. Then we've got the Profit Suite, which I touched on earlier, and this is where we combine our in-house master list of the best paying offers and your access to them with Phantom, the tool that is going to allow you to build out your pages and make sure they're high converting pages, and also the mail machine as well, which is how you're going to be able to follow up with your subscribers and generate more commissions. And this is something that we spent over $500,000 developing. It is not some throwaway piece of software, that's for sure. It's absolutely epic. And I think you're going to love using this. It's certainly going to streamline your operations. And then we've got what we call Done For You Confidential. And the best way to think of this is like a vault of templates that you can tap in for you. Done for you landing pages, done for you emails, and other content. And again, the objective here is to streamline your operations and provide you with things that can make everything easier and faster for you. So lots of good stuff in the fifth component, Done For You Confidential. The sixth component is all about scaling and accelerating your profits. And we call this component the 7-figure accelerator. We see a lot of people are able to get started online and they're able to go through and build a business that does $100 per day, but it's fewer people that go through and build a business that can earn them multiple thousands of dollars per day. And that's what this component is all about. It's about the scaling with strategy manuals and videos specifically geared towards, look, you're making money, let's take it to the next level, let's turn it into $1 million operation. And we know how to do this because we've done it over and over again in our business. So you're going to learn all about scaling. Then the seventh component is a live event. It's a live event that you can attend from the comfort of your own home. It's a virtual live event, and we've done this for the past few years with other products that we've come out with, and it's always been a huge success. The event takes place over a weekend. It allows us to get into some of the fringes, if you like, of the 123 Profit business by talking about other things that we might not necessarily cover in the core curriculum. It also allows us to invite in expert speakers, industry experts, beta testers who've been working with us, other successful students, and just to share more strategies. So there's a huge amount of value here, and we've been running in-person live events for quite a few years now, and for something like this we would never charge less than $2,000 for a 2-day event. So I just want to put that in perspective and show you that this really is high value. And then we've got the private network as component number 8, and this is arguably the most valuable or an invaluable piece of the program. And this is where you can get support from us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We've got a team of expert coaches, and when I say experts, these are people that have been working with us for years. I mean, they've been in the trenches of online marketing, and they are amazing. These are people that are fantastic to work with. And then beyond these people, you're also going to have access to me and head coaches as well. There's not going to be any issue that you're going to come up against that we haven't seen before or that we can't figure out a solution to. So this is very valuable, and there's also a members community that you're going to be able to participate in as well. So I think the key thing here is we really feel like we've got you covered, and you're not going to come up against a roadblock that you can't get past. So it really is comprehensive. We've absolutely done everything that we possibly could here. And there are other items as well, which I'm not going to get into a lot of detail here, but we've got a certification system, we've got an achievement badge system, and there are some bonuses as well that we've been mentioning, which I can extend to you here today as long as you get in before we shut down, which is going to happen pretty soon. So I'll talk about those in just a second. We do have some fixed limitations though as well. Like we only work with a certain number of people. We can't take an unlimited number of people in because we won't be able to support them. And for us, it's really important to make sure that we can deliver on all of our promises here, and we can only do that if we limit the number of people that come in. And this is something that we have done every year. So traditionally over the past decade, we've had an opening, a window of time in January when people have been able to join one of our training programs. And every single year we close it down, and every single year people miss out, and they send us an email saying, hey, I want to get in, but they can't get in. And the reason for that is because we have a very firm deadline with regards to when the class starts. And it's a little bit like school where, everyone comes into school, everyone starts on the same day. Now, the difference with this is you can do it at your own leisure. You can choose when you're going to work through the training, but you still need to be in at the start of the curriculum. So a couple of really big limitations there. Now, the price of 123 Profit is $3,497 or 4 payments of $997. And I think the value that you're getting far surpasses these numbers. I mean, we sat down and I was thinking of how we were going to package this up and how we were going to position it. And initially we were thinking more around a $10,000 mastermind for this training. And part of that thinking was on the back of the fact that we have had a pilot program, a set of people come through and do incredibly well with this. But the other part of it was that this is something we've been doing since 2006. This is something that we have never shared with the public before. This is something that we've invested over $500,000 into building technology around. And quite frankly, we know that people are going to get results with this. And, if you really do the math, you don't need that many members to make it a viable, educational business if you're charging $10,000 per person. But we wanted to make it as affordable as possible. So we took the other path and basically said, look, this is the cheapest that we can ever do this for. In fact, if we ever open this up to the public, it will not be charged at this price. It'll be $1,500 more expensive. It'll be $4,997. The reality is, though, that I don't think we're ever going to do that. Based on the number of people that are jumping in now and the feedback that we're getting, we're just going to sit back and work with these people. And it's not going to be until January 2024, 12 months from now, when we're going to open this up again, if we ever open it. And if we do, then it will have a different price tag, and it will be, $4,997. The other thing that's really important to me is making sure that you can get into this with confidence. So we've got a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee, and this is just to give you, peace of mind. It means that you can jump into this with no risk. There's no hoops that you're going to have to jump through. And I've seen a disturbing trend online lately where different education programs have not been offering money-back guarantees. So I think this is a real point of difference in working with us, is that we really do care about how you're feeling when you get in, and we understand that life can throw you curveballs, and you don't know what's going to happen 27 days from now. So look, you've got 30 days to test this out, and we actually go above and beyond that because we've got something that no one does, and that is a double your money back guarantee, where as long as you follow every step of the system, you don't deviate from it, you use our support system and our tools and resources, then if it doesn't work for you, if you're not able to generate sales, then not only do we promise to give you your money back that you invested, but we will actually double it. So again, what we're trying to do here is to put you in a position where you've got no downside and a huge upside. Now, we have had some action taker bonuses which I can extend to you today if you jump in. And the first of those is Profit X, and these are 100 extra live coaching sessions. So this is essentially an extension of the training, and it's going to take you right through to an extended 6 months. And I mean, the value here is huge. I mean, the value of us providing these, and the time and energy that we put into doing this, it's enormous. So this has got a real value of $8,000 in that kind of vicinity. Remember, it's 100 extra live coaching sessions. So if you put a value of $80 on each one, which I actually think is a bit low, then the value is huge, and hopefully you can see that. The second action taker bonus is some training that I put together all around mindset, and I think oftentimes you can provide two people with the exact training, and one of them does really well from it and the other might struggle. And if you drill down and sort of reverse engineer, what are the differences here? Oftentimes it's just the mindset. So this is where you're going to be able to get a complete comprehensive curriculum and training around how to make sure that you are adopting the habits of the millionaire mind, and you're performing at your absolute best and getting the results that you deserve. And then the third action taker bonus is the exclusive live recordings. Okay, so these are the bonuses that I can give you here today, and we're giving you literally, I think, everything that you could possibly need to succeed with this. But at the end of the day, you do need to make that decision for yourself, and hopefully I'm giving you a lot of information here to enable you to do that today. I think this is something that is very unique in that it provides you with cash flow right out of the gate. Speed of results is unprecedented. Automation is huge. I mean, this is something that you can set up and leave running on autopilot and come back to, and your business could have grown. And it's the simplest business model that I know of. Now, I did mention that I was going to go through some of our most common questions that we've had over the past week. So I'm going to do that now. And I've just got them sitting here on my phone, so I don't miss any of them. But one of the most common questions we've got is this newbie friendly, and absolutely it's newbie friendly. It's the simplest business model that I've seen online. How long before you can make money? We've seen people make money the very same day they turn the traffic on. Now, making money is always correlated to the traffic coming in, because if you don't get any traffic, you could have the best website in the world and not make any money. So you do have to turn the traffic on, but once you turn the traffic on, because of the high conversion rates, you don't need all that much traffic. It really is possible that you could see money coming in, conversions happening on the very first day potentially, and it might take you longer than that. I can't guarantee any of these things, but that's just some food for thought there. Start turning on the traffic and you put yourself in a position to be able to make money. How much time does it take? We typically recommend people come in expecting to spend in the vicinity of 5 to 10 hours per week. Can it be done outside the USA? Yes, this can be done from anywhere in the world. In fact, the people who came through in our pilot program were all over the world. Doesn't matter where you are. If we're not selling products, why is someone paying us? This is a really good question, and it comes back to what I said earlier, where there's a marketing model where big companies out there who are not necessarily set up with a sales force to go and gather information, or maybe they're not experts in gathering this information, pay us to provide them with the information and the leads. So I'm talking about some of the biggest companies in the world here, like Uber, Airbnb, Geico Insurance, Apple, Microsoft. They participate in this in different ways, and they get benefit from having information of targeted prospects. So if there's someone that is looking for insurance, they're actively looking for insurance, insurance companies like Geico are going to be willing to pay money for that. So they do pay us money for that, and we provide them with the prospect, and then they can go and sell to that prospect if they want to. But we also get to keep that lead, that subscriber in our own database. So lots of big companies use this and enable people like us to make money, and that's how the system works. And it's really magical that you don't need to make a sale or like a transaction to earn a commission, but it's nature of the beast, and I think it's something that differentiates what we do to what so many other people do. When does the first training start? It starts on Friday, so right now time really is of the essence. Is the training going to be recorded? Yes, we record everything that comes into everything that we do, all the training, and we put it in the members area. If I take the split payment option, will I make enough money in the first 30 days to pay the next installment? It's possible. We can't guarantee that. I mean, I can't guarantee any results at all. All I can do is share with you what's been working for us, and provide you with the best possible training. And I know, speaking from experience, just how I've seen other people be able to make money with this, and I think you can as well. But you do have to do some work. It's not magic. I think it's probably about as close as you can get to magic, but it's not actually magic. It's a simple system, and you need to take some, to do some work to make it happen. What if I want to sign up today, but I can't actually do any work for the next few months? I think this is fine. I mean, the training is not going to be out of date. I mean, we're constantly going to be updating it, and the reality is that we've been doing this model since 2006. You're going to have everything available to you in the members area, and you're going to be able to dive in and do this at your own pace. So no issue there. The risk for you, the risk that you face today, is just missing out altogether, because when the doors do close, that'll be it. It won't be open to anyone from that point on. What else have we got here? Can I do this on my own? Can I do it with a partner? Yes to both questions. What traffic sources can we use? I mentioned some of these earlier, but the likes of Google and Microsoft are great to get started with. Do I have to worry about collecting sales tax? No, you're not selling products, and again, you can run this from anywhere in the world. You don't need any special skills. You don't need a business entity either, although this is something that you might want to do, and we talk about this in Module 1. Do I have to be a good copywriter? No. I mean, we're talking about a web page that is based around a template that's already been optimized and has 20 to 30 words on it. You're not talking about thousands of words of content. And in terms of the ads, the way that we drive traffic, I mean, these things have like 12, 13 words on them. So, and you'll get lots of templates that you can use and just customize to make them your own. If you can't attend a training live, that's no problem at all. You can always catch the replays. Is there really a no questions asked refund policy? Yes, there is a no questions asked 30-day refund policy and our double your money back guarantee as well. Can I work at part-time? Yeah, you can. I mean, the more time you put in, the faster you're going to get results back. But in saying that, the time that you're putting in initially is really about building up a foundation and a base upon which you can really push forward with your business on. So look, they are the main questions that, or at least some of the main questions that we've had over the past week. The last thing that I want to leave you here with today is that time is of the essence here. Depending on when you're watching this, I mean, there could be a matter of hours left. We will shut down when we hit capacity. The first training starts on Friday, so we will definitely be shut down before then. And if you want to get in, just take the leap of faith. I mean, you can always come in, take a look around, figure out if it's right for you, and if it's not right for you, then we'll be happy to give you your money back. At least you came in and had a look. I do believe that people that come in and put in just a little bit of effort are going to see how magical this is, and this is something that could change your life forever. So we're really, really excited about that. So look, you can get some information about where you can go, what you need to do next around this video, and I look forward to hopefully working with you. I hope I've done a good job here of summing things up, but like I say, you will find more information around this video about where you can get more information. So check that out, and I would love to be working with you on the inside. So that's a wrap for this episode of The Growth Booth. This is episode number 54. Hopefully I've done a good job here of giving you an overview of what 123 Profit is all about. To find out more, you can go to 123profit.com. You can also get links, more specific links, by going to thegrowthbooth.com and navigating to episode number 54. I do want to stress that time is of the essence. This is not something that is open indefinitely. We are very close to hitting capacity, and we will be shut down permanently very, very soon, depending on when you're watching this video. But we do have our first training happening within a couple of days of when this podcast is being published. So that's a wrap for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this answers some of your questions, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of The Growth Booth.